Well, hey there, rock stars. Sarah Rockin' Robbins here, coming to you live for another free prospecting tip of the day to help you rock your network marketing business. As we get started, let's go ahead and get acquainted. If you don't mind, comment below who you are, where you are tuning in from. And if this is your first time watching, click a number 1 in the comments because I would love to warmly welcome you. And don't forget, you can click the share button for a chance for a shout. Share it on a team page, in an inbox with a friend. Remember, as always, the more who know, the greater your team will grow. So as you're introducing yourself, I will introduce myself. Who am I? I'm Sarah Robbins. I'm a former kindergarten teacher turned network marketing top leader. I personally sponsored over 300 people in my business. We built a team of over 300,000 distributors, did over $1 billion in sales in just 1 year. So naturally, people say, how'd you do it? I share all of it in case you need any help or support, super cheap, in my best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. You can find it on Amazon. I've got the hard copy, Kindle, or audio read by me. You can also get bulk discounts for your team, just as welcome gifts for your newbies or as promotion gifts. Right inside, you rock. Set them off media mail, again, super inexpensive, but my whole system is in there. I do have some great things on my website, by the way. Check it out, sarahrobbins.com. Lots of free training if you subscribe to my email list there. It's different than my team email list, so make sure you subscribe. And some paid things too, like my audio series that you can make your car a rolling university CD or MP3 of my systems. Also too, my webinars, which are great masterclasses, 2-hour masterclasses on specific topics like recruiting. My number 1 or my top 2 of last year were Rock Your Recruiting, which is tons of language and ideas on how to become a recruiting rock star in your company, like I have, and social media that sells, how to do the majority of it online, which is my expertise, my passion. So go ahead and check it out. But I'm super excited to share with you today's free training. Today, we're going to be talking about how to network and really make the most of the network marketing business that we're in, right? It's so funny. The first word in network marketing is network. Yet, if you're anything like me, I was afraid to talk to people. I definitely was not a networker when I started. So totally new for me. Had to step outside of the box. In fact, I want to share with you a quick little story on one of my first time networking. So I'd heard many times through some of my mentors, Sarah, you should join some networking groups. I take a deep breath even telling you that. I remember that feeling. I was shy when I started my business. I was young and broke. My friends were young and broke like me. But here's the thing. You can camp in the place of complacency, and eventually that leads to decline, right? It definitely doesn't lead to a growing business. So it always gets me today when people are like, where do I find people? I'm like, you're surrounded by people. Make the effort, right? That the second part is network marketing, right? The work part of the word. It's network marketing. It's not net lazy marketing. Leads don't come to you. You have to go out and really cultivate conversations and keep your prospecting funnel full. So I went to a networking group. And guys, let me just first say this. Networking groups are a great way to get and give referrals. I give a lot of training on it in the Rock Your Recruiting webinar. And the great news is, guys, they can be done both online and in person. So you can find networking groups online. You can also find ones that you can go to in person. I'll never forget my first one. Super memorable. I remember literally driving up to the group alone. This is the beginning of my business. I was literally sweating like in places that you didn't even know you could sweat, and I thought I was going to die. The good news is I have yet to die doing the business, okay? But here's the thing, what I loved, when I walked in, people were so welcoming, they were so wonderful. People want you to win. They made me feel comfortable. They knew I was new. They knew I was uncomfortable. And I found, what is the great thing that most networkers do? They asked a lot of questions. So I want you to write that down. That's $1 million tip for you, whether you do networking groups or not. To be a good networker, we ask a lot of questions. Think about Oprah, Larry King, the king of questions, right? The number 1 thing people like to talk about is themselves. And the easiest thing for you to do is not to cultivate just random conversation. It's to cultivate the interests and the desires in that person. Write down the acronym TINY, their interests, not yours. They asked me a lot of questions, which built rapport. It made it easier for me to connect and talk about what I was familiar with and naturally open up. And then, of course, naturally, it leads you to ask them questions as well. That's how good networking begins. So perhaps you're watching today and you're shy like me, more, reserved by nature. Remember to always compliment people and ask them a question. Hey, great bag. Where'd you get it? Your kids are so cute. How old are they? Okay. That really gets you into a good place of networking. But what I love about networking groups is this: people are trained to get and give referrals. But here's the thing, I want to be super honest. It does take time to get those referrals. So you can't just expect, hey, these people don't even know me. I'm going to show up and they're just going to start giving me a bunch of referrals. It takes time to build trust. So you have to offer them up too. The key is to go consistently, to give value, so to give other people referrals, to share your samples, ask them, how can I help you in growing your business and your awareness, and be consistent and give it time. Networking groups is different than network marketing groups. Networking groups are a great part of a solid long-term plan. Now, hopefully you saw the other day that if you go back on my page or on my podcast, which is on iTunes, or even on my YouTube channel, so you will see that just a few days ago, I shared how to do networking events, so more like trade shows and things like that. So that will complement this training today perfectly. But one of the top 10 leaders on my team, my personal team, her name is Amy Dagan. She's cultivated a lot of connections, got a lot of customers who later turned into business partners as a result of networking events. So I want you to keep that in mind. So I want you to find some networking groups. Take some time, even from now till the weekend, to find some networking groups that you can join, whether online or in person. I'm going to give you a few ideas of where to find them. Number one, BNI. B as in boy, N as in Nancy, I. Another one is LBN. L as in Larry, B as in boy, N as in Nancy. You can also find some groups on LinkedIn, Meetup. You can Google networking groups in your area. Also join your local chamber. Now, I know that I'm not hitting on all of these too, so what I would love for you guys to do is please share down below. I'll give you a shout. Share places that you have found some great places and ways to network professionally. So more like networking groups and events. I'm going to share some more at the end as well. But think, online too, like LinkedIn. I like to connect with other entrepreneurs on LinkedIn and really find a commonality or reason to connect. Like, hey, I see you're a small business owner in Detroit. So am I. I'm always looking to connect with other entrepreneurs or other small business owners or other female business owners in Detroit. Would you be willing to meet up and chat over coffee? I'd love to hear more about you and what you do and how I can serve you and help you to grow your business. And it just starts as a natural conversation, okay? So think about joining online groups. Facebook has some great resources too. But I recently did a challenge group, and let me just say, it was one of my favorite 21 days of my professional career. Women and men of all different companies came in, and we shared ideas daily, every day, weekdays. And so I did a little bonus for them, and I said, hey, if you'll share some of your networking ideas, you'll get a prize. And today I want to give 3 awesome ladies a shout out because I love these ideas. And who wants to hear them? If you want to hear them, say, yes, share them. These were greater ideas than I had. I'm going to share them with you. That will hopefully help you to develop some new leads and kind of get you thinking about networking just a little bit different. By the way, if you have the link to the Rock Your Recruiting Masterclass, post it in the comments. I'll post it later because it's a really great class to take 2 hours that really teach you networking ideas and language. Okay, so Stephanie Paradise, and I'm going to read these guys. If I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm reading my screen. Shout out to Stephanie Paradise. This was a great idea. She said some new marketing ideas would be investing in bridal shows. I remember doing that when I started back in the day. So if you watch my trade show episode, or if you listen to my trade show episode a few days ago, you'll hear it. Bridal shows, hair shows, looking at new businesses that are having an open house and asking to set up a table. She said, I've done this and got new people to reach out to. She said, my school has a class page and moms try to meet up once a month as a night out. So start a page on social media, right? Why not you create that community and get together with some of the other moms? And my lake that I live on in Michigan, we have a women's club and somebody organizes events monthly. It's such a great way to network and it's lots of fun too. She says, look up fairs or conventions coming in town and see how much it would be to set up a booth or do a pop-up shop one weekend in a salon, a boutique, or a bridal show. I love that idea. Pop-ups are all a thing right now. She said, I'm part of a small business owner group on Facebook, ran by a salon owner. And once a month, she highlights one of our businesses, and we can be there that week talking to clients about our business and products. I'm part of a beauty group on Facebook, and although we cannot solicit items in that group, when people ask for suggestions about their skin, I suggest trying to use the product I sell. For example, somebody asking for the best product for dry skin, she'll say, have you tried blank before? I use it, and here's my before and afters. Once they private message me about the product, we can talk business. So I love that. Shout out to Stephanie, and thank you for sharing. Another one from Stephanie Hernsberger. She says, I've joined Bible studies. I join buy, sell, and trade Facebook groups because people are always needing referrals for stuff. So I comment when I see that. She said, I joined a group fitness. I try and go to all school functions and mingle. I drive Uber and Lyft, sometimes just for fun to meet new people. Most of the time they're going to a job they hate. They're always open to conversation. And in the summer, I hang out at our local pool a lot. These are great outside of the box ideas. Again, where do I find people? You're surrounded by them. Get out of your house. Go where the people are. You just got to keep it top of mind, right? Brittany May said this. I just recently found a new women's entrepreneur network in my city, and we're meeting up for coffee tomorrow. I've done BNI, which is what I mentioned earlier, for my job of trade for 2 years. Here's what she says. Listen in, guys. She got heavily involved and was able to get tons, did you hear that? Tons of new referrals for the business. As I'm new to my city, I plan on visiting the closest BNI groups. You can visit each chapter twice without signing up so you can make sure that you mesh well with the people in the group. And whether you decide it's for you or not, it's a great way to meet people. And like Sarah said, you have to be willing to help others as well, as it gives you the credibility that will form that type of trust that really gets you the leads. So guys, networking groups and networking events, listen to that past session, I can't encourage you enough, are such a great way to keep your funnel full and to rock your network marketing business. So I have a question. Who's willing to try it out? Who's willing to try it out? Comment below. I'm willing to give it a try. Take the next couple days to research some networking groups online or events or groups in person in your area. And as you find out more and as you experience that, I want you to share your experiences in the comment below so we can all learn. And if, like the 3 rock stars I shared today, you have any other tips for our community, please share them in the comments for a chance to be featured by me as well. Guys, I do hope that you will pick up the Rock Your Recruiting training, my 2-hour masterclass, best-selling of this past year, and I believe this year as well. It's full of ideas like this, including a download of a guide of ideas and language to help you to rock your recruiting. Therefore, rock your network marketing business. I'll post the link in just a bit. With that, don't forget, sorry, I'm getting over cough. Share this with your rock stars, and I want to wish you a great day. Guys, God bless, and goodbye for now. Rock on, rock stars.